Good morning, it's Helen at Viva. How are we this morning? Seem to have got a lot done so far, which is a good thing. So what are you up to today? Tuesday, we've got over the Monday feeling, so we're just kind of plodding along now. And I thought today I would talk about body confidence because that's been something that's been talked about during last week on Loose Women, and just putting a few tips out there this morning, and then I'll be back on again at about 7:15 tonight. Because body confidence is a tricky subject, isn't it? It's something that is very much out there at the moment, that a lot of women and young girls are lacking in body confidence. And I think we need to kind of realise that what we see out there in the magazines and on the television and in the films is not a real life setting, is it? There is the airbrushing, there is loads of makeup, there is stuff, they're enhanced, a lot of the sort of women on the television and in the magazines. It doesn't mean they're not beautiful, but they are made to look even more beautiful by what they can do with the airbrush and with the makeup. So we need to kind of get balance in how we see other women out there. So one of my tips today really is not to compare yourself to other people, to other women, because we are unique. We are our own body, our own person, and no matter how hard you try, you will not look like the other person. It's just not physically possible. You can't, because there's too many other factors that can affect that. I could become more muscular through doing weight training quite easily. Someone else might find that it takes forever, and they need a different kind of training. So we need to stop comparing ourselves. Somebody might look fantastic in a sort of short dress. I might look terrible, or I might not suit that style. Not look terrible, just not suit it. So just get balance in when you look at another woman. Maybe just appreciate them rather than start thinking, oh, I'd like to look like that. Because we need, as the second tip, to appreciate ourselves, appreciate our own bodies and what we've got. Because really they are fantastic. And, whether you've had children or not, you've got to look at all these things we're able to do. For a lot of people, so for some people, it's not possible to do everything to be mobile. So if you've got everything in working order, you should be really, really appreciative and happy that your body is doing so well. And I think as we get older, especially women in their 40s, that you can get a bit analytical on what's gone on. But maybe you've had children, so maybe that sort of sagginess in the belly, or maybe the crinkles, that's a great thing. You've given birth, you've given life. So don't kind of criticize yourself because, okay, my body doesn't look like it did 20 years ago. So that's the kind of third thing. Don't try and be the same person you were 10, 20 years ago. It's just not feasible. We've moved on. Your body has evolved. You have changed as a person. Your mind has evolved. So it's pointless trying to hark back to what was. And really, why do you want to be like that? You need to be where you are now and focusing on your strengths now, and trying to get yourself even stronger. I always think with body confidence, it's about feeling strong, feeling confident because you feel powerful. It's not about, oh, do I look good in this? Do I look good in that? How do you feel about the strength of your own body? How fit and able are you? Are you moving around freely? So obviously exercise is important and staying active. And then the other thing I would kind of say is the sizes in the shops are very different, aren't they? In one shop you might be a size 10, in another you're a size 14. So forget about the numbers. Wear clothes that fit you really well, that don't dig into you and make you feel bigger than you actually are. Because, it looks so much nicer when the clothes is sort of hanging and fitting nicely rather than sticking to you and kind of showing every curve you've possibly got, unless that's what you're really after. But I think sizes, don't get hung up on the sizes in the shop, because just because you're in a 14 doesn't mean that you're a large person. Hiya, Sarah. So I want you to kind of get away from the whole sizing thing in the shops and just buy clothes that fit well and that you really like. Again, this is going back to the don't compare yourself to somebody else. Don't look at what they're wearing and think, oh, I want to wear that. That might be a completely rotten style for you. Thank you. It might not be the kind of clothes that suit you. go and look at stuff that's, you know, your kind of style. And if you're not sure, there's a lot of shops now that do the whole forgotten the name, they'll come and dress you, they'll give you ideas of how to kind of look your best. And sometimes it's a different style completely to what you thought you might like, because you've got your heart set on what somebody else is wearing. So we want to forget about sizes. That's one of my sort of tips in this. There's only a few tips today. I'm going to talk about it later on this evening as well. So we want to look at our body and appreciate it. We want to be thankful for every little bit of it, all that it might have done or not done. You know, if you've had children, be grateful for maybe that saggy belly with crinkles. I mean, amazing thing, you had children. And just be appreciative of what's there. And then we want to look at being strong. So we want to be really physically fit and not be concerned about how much weight am I holding, how much am I not, how healthy are you? That's really important. And then wearing stuff that actually makes you look good and feel good. So not getting hung up on what somebody else is wearing. We're going to forget about the sizes. And to be honest, I'd kind of forget about the numbers on the scales. So maybe you're trying to lose weight for whatever reason might be. I wouldn't start looking at the numbers, because they're not really that useful a representation of how healthy and how strong your body is. And I think it's a dangerous game when you start looking at the numbers, because then you think, oh, I've lost a stone, got to get down to this, got to get down to that, and you're losing sight of what really you're trying to achieve. So if you are trying to lose weight, again, I would always say why. Is there a definite reason? Is there a health reason, which is always, you know, that's the best reason of all. But if it's just because you want to look as skinny as that lady over there, then that's not a good reason, is it? You want to value yourself and appreciate you, whatever size you might be. And maybe you're on a journey of change, but be on the journey of change for you, not because you see that Anne down the road is looking fantastic, you want to be like that. So it's all very much today about you empowering yourself, feeling strong, feeling confident, and not getting hooked up on what other people are wearing, doing, what you see in the magazines. You know, to be honest, I'd try and avoid some of the social media, so you're not spending your life looking at all the young women that might be out there sort of showing you how well they're doing, because we don't know the setup, do we? We don't know whether that image really is true, because we can all look skinny if we want to. We can all kind of hold in our belly, stick out our chest, things like that. So, you know, think about yourself and just focus on you and disregard everybody else, and then talk to people. You know, if you're unsure about stuff, or maybe you want a confidence boost, and if someone does compliment you, accept it. Don't go, oh yeah, well thanks, but I was blah, blah, blah. Don't diss it, don't put it down, enjoy the compliment, and maybe give one back. You know, maybe throw a few compliments out there today. You'll feel a lot better for it, and just appreciate people. So I'm going to be back on again tonight, it'll be about 7:15, with a few more tips on body confidence, and hopefully you'll come and join me and have a chat. It's nice to see you, Sarah, and please feel free to like and share, and see if we can get a few more people to have a little chat about this. Have a great day. See you later. Thanks.